Hello everyone, welcome to How-FixIT. In this video, I'll guide you through everything you need to know about screwdrivers, their types, purposes, and how to choose the perfect screwdriver set for repairing electronics like laptops, PCs, smartphones, as well as appliances around your home and garage. We'll discuss precision versus regular screwdrivers, compare interchangeable bits versus classic fixed blade types, electric and manual screwdrivers, explore essential features like handle ergonomics, bit materials, and I'll give you some practical tips for choosing the best set for your specific needs. For your convenience, I've included links to recommended screwdrivers in the video description below. So, let's get started. The first thing you need to figure out when choosing the right screwdrivers is what kind of screws you'll actually be working with. Basically, screwdrivers fall into two main types: precision screwdrivers for small screws and regular screwdrivers for the bigger ones. Precision screwdrivers are specifically designed with smaller, finely machined tips, making them ideal for delicate electronic components that use tiny screws, such as smartphones, laptops, watches, drones, and cameras. Regular screwdrivers are more heavy-duty. They've got larger, tougher tips, and they're meant for bigger jobs, like putting together furniture, working on your car or bike, or doing general household repairs. The next important factor when choosing a screwdriver set is the number of included bits, ensuring you have the right ones for any type of repair. If you're working with home appliances or furniture, you'll mostly need general-purpose screwdrivers. For example, when you're dealing with things like washers, refrigerators, dryers, ovens, or microwaves, it's best to go for a set that includes Phillips, Torx, and hex screwdrivers, since those are the most commonly used. Garage screwdriver sets should emphasize Phillips, Torx, flathead, and hex keys to cover the majority of automotive, bicycle, gardening equipment, and general workshop repairs. I've compiled a list of the basic screwdrivers and bits that cover 95% of home and garage appliance repairs and disassemblies. So, if that's your focus, make sure the set you're getting includes everything on that list. It'll save you a lot of hassle later on. To disassemble and repair electronic gadgets such as iPhones, watches, MacBooks, laptops, gaming consoles, drones, or cameras, you'll require a wider range of precision screwdriver types to handle the variety of specialized screws used in these devices. If you want to be prepared to repair any electronic devices, it's best to invest in a screwdriver set that includes a broad selection of bits. For example, fully disassembling an iPhone requires 4 different screwdrivers: Penelope, Tri-Wing, Phillips, and Standoff. In the video description, I've included a link to the screwdriver set I've personally been using for over 10 years and highly recommend. Now that you understand the benefits of having a screwdriver set with a wide selection for different tasks, let's take a look at the pros and cons of using a screwdriver set with interchangeable bits versus classic fixed blade screwdrivers. Screwdriver sets with interchangeable bits offer great versatility and space-saving convenience. With just one handle and a variety of bits, you can tackle a wide range of screws and tasks. These sets are compact, making them convenient to store and carry around, especially for electronics repairs, DIY tasks, or jobs requiring multiple screwdriver types. They're also cost-effective since replacing individual bits is inexpensive and straightforward. A key advantage of these sets is compatibility with power tools. The bits can often be used with electric screwdrivers or cordless drills, allowing for faster, more efficient work, especially when dealing with multiple screws or repetitive tasks. In contrast, classic fixed-blade screwdrivers are manual-only tools, which limit speed and efficiency for larger jobs. However, screwdriver sets with interchangeable bits do have some limitations. The bits are typically short, just a few centimeters long, which can be problematic when screws are deeply recessed inside a device. In such cases, the bit may not reach the screw head, making disassembly difficult or even impossible. Although special extensions are available to increase reach, there are situations where the extension itself won't fit into narrow or awkward openings, still preventing access to the screw. Classic fixed-blade screwdrivers, on the other hand, often feature longer blades, which are especially useful for reaching recessed screws in home appliances or automotive components. This added reach can be critical when working inside deep casings or tight compartments, where interchangeable bit sets may fall short. While this isn't usually a problem with electronics like phones, laptops, or gaming consoles, it can be an issue with certain drone models. If you frequently work on devices with deeply seated screws, it's good to have at least a few fixed-blade screwdrivers with longer shafts, even if you prefer the flexibility of a bit-based set. That said, classic screwdrivers come with their own drawbacks. They lack versatility. Each one fits only a single screw type and size, so you'll need a larger collection to cover a range of tasks, which means bulkier storage. Additionally, replacing a damaged fixed blade screwdriver is more expensive than simply replacing a worn bit. Screwdriver sets with interchangeable bits are ideal if you prioritize versatility, space-saving convenience, portability, cost-effectiveness, and compatibility with electric screwdrivers or cordless drills. They're particularly beneficial for electronics repairs, DIY tasks, or projects involving many different screw types and sizes. For maximum practicality, it's best to have a combination of both. A versatile multi-bit set for general tasks in electronics, and a few longer, fixed-blade screwdrivers for hard-to-reach screws in home or automotive repairs. This ensures you're prepared for almost any repair situation, without compromising on efficiency or accessibility. Some screwdriver sets are specifically designed to include a mix of large bits for general or heavy-duty tasks, and small precision bits for delicate electronics repairs. While these mixed sets offer increased versatility, they often lack the specialized bits needed to repair complex devices like the iPhone. When selecting screwdriver bits, the type of metal alloy matters greatly, influencing durability, hardness, and resistance to wear and torque. Chrome vanadium steel is the most common alloy used for screwdriver bits. It offers a good balance of durability, hardness, and corrosion resistance. It's affordable and works well for general-purpose household repairs, automotive maintenance, and everyday DIY tasks. S2 steel is often preferred for professional or precision tasks, especially electronics repairs such as laptops, smartphones, or game consoles. It provides excellent hardness, toughness, and resistance to twisting or breaking under torque. Chrome molybdenum steel is a better choice when you need screwdriver bits for heavy-duty work involving high torque or impact drivers, such as automotive repairs. This alloy offers exceptional strength and excellent resistance to shock and impact, making it ideal for intense, high-stress tasks. Finally, there's high-speed steel, an alloy used mainly for specialized tasks involving high-speed operations, such as drilling or driving screws into metal or hardened materials. High-speed steel provides excellent hardness and wear resistance, but has slightly lower impact resistance compared to chrome molybdenum steel or S2 steels, making it less suitable for typical screwdriver applications. In summary, for everyday general-purpose tasks, chrome vanadium bits are the standard and cost-effective choice. If you're working with electronics or precision tools regularly, investing in S2 bits will offer more reliability and durability. For heavy-duty applications with high torque or impact tools, chrome molybdenum or specialized high-speed steel bits will be the most effective and longest-lasting solutions. The next important criterion when choosing a screwdriver is its handle. A good handle makes your work easier, more precise, and less tiring, especially during prolonged or repetitive tasks. For precision work, like repairing electronics, the screwdriver handle should have several important features. One of the most important is a 360-degree rotating cap at the end of the handle. This cap allows you to smoothly rotate the screwdriver with your fingertips while maintaining precise control. It rests against the palm of your hand, enabling you to keep your hand steady while turning the tool with your fingers, ideal for working with small, delicate screws. Also, the handle should have a comfortable non-slip texture designed specifically for your fingers to improve grip and reduce fatigue. During precision repairs, the screwdriver is usually held and rotated with fingertips rather than gripped tightly in the palm, so it needs a balanced weight and compact size that comfortably rests in your hand, ensuring stability and accurate movement. In terms of materials, precision screwdriver handles are often made from polypropylene or rubberized plastics, providing comfort, good grip, insulation, and resistance to chemicals. However, premium screwdriver handles for precision work are sometimes made from aluminum. Aluminum handles offer unique advantages. They're lightweight yet rigid, providing exceptional balance, stability, and precision. They also have a premium feel, excellent durability, and resist wear better than plastic handles. For stuff like home and garage appliance repairs, the screwdriver handle really matters. It should feel natural in your hand and have a bigger diameter, something you can really grip securely. That makes a huge difference when you're applying a lot of torque or working for a long time because it helps reduce hand fatigue, and for those heavier duty jobs, the material of the handle is important too. You want something tough, like impact-resistant polypropylene or rubberized plastic. Those materials can handle shocks and vibrations, and they hold up well against oils, solvents, and other chemicals you'll probably run into when working on appliances or car parts. It just makes the whole job more comfortable and way more efficient. Another useful handle style is the ratchet screwdriver handle. A ratchet mechanism lets you rotate screws without repositioning your hand constantly. This means you can quickly tighten or loosen screws with less hand movement, significantly speeding up repetitive jobs and reducing fatigue. Finally, there's one special type of handle I want to mention, the multi-angle screwdriver handle. It has an adjustable pivoting head that you can lock into different angles, usually around 45 degrees, 90 degrees, and so on. Typically, such handles include a ratchet mechanism. What's really great about this kind of handle is that it lets you change the angle of pressure. So if you've got a screw that's really tight and just won't budge, adjusting the handle angle gives you much better leverage, making it way easier to loosen. It's also super convenient when you're trying to reach screws in tight or awkward spots where a regular straight handle just won't work. Honestly, it's a really versatile tool for heavy-duty tasks. Let's sum it up. Precision screwdriver handles focus on fingertip control, stability, and compact ergonomics, often utilizing aluminum for premium durability and feel. Handles for home appliances and automotive repairs emphasize strength, comfort, non-slip grip, and torque application. Ratchet and multi-angle screwdriver handles provide special features that enhance efficiency, versatility, and access, making your work easier and more productive. The next important criterion to consider is the choice between magnetized and non-magnetized screwdriver tips. Magnetic screwdriver tips are incredibly helpful when working with the tiny screws commonly found in electronic devices. They securely hold screws in place, significantly reducing the risk of losing them during delicate repairs. This feature is especially valuable when repairing smartphones, laptops, cameras, or other precision electronics, where small screws can easily slip out of your fingers. A magnetized screwdriver allows you to accurately position and hold a screw, preventing it from dropping or getting lost, saving you both time and frustration. It also speeds up the assembly process, as manually aligning and inserting each tiny screw without magnetic assistance can be tedious and time-consuming. However, not all screwdriver sets come magnetized by default. Some sets include a small accessory known as a magnetizer-demagnetizer tool, offering greater flexibility. With this tool, you can quickly magnetize your screwdriver tip when needed, and just as easily demagnetize it when magnetism could pose a risk. Why would you want a non-magnetized screwdriver? In certain cases, particularly when working around sensitive electronic components, a non-magnetized screwdriver is the safer option. For example, components like delicate sensors or traditional mechanical hard drives can be affected by magnetic fields. Using a magnetized screwdriver near these parts may risk data corruption or hardware damage. This is where the magnetizer-demagnetizer tool becomes especially useful. In summary, screwdriver sets that include a magnetizer-demagnetizer offer the best of both worlds, making them a highly practical choice for professionals and DIYers alike. However, if you're not working with sensitive electronic components, you can safely choose a magnetized screwdriver. Let's talk about choosing between an electric, cordless stick screwdriver and a manual screwdriver. Electric screwdrivers are great for tasks requiring speed, convenience, and reducing physical strain. They're battery-powered, meaning you just press a button and the screwdriver quickly tightens or loosens screws for you. This makes them ideal for repetitive tasks, like assembling furniture involving many screws. They save significant time and greatly reduce fatigue, especially on large projects. Additionally, electric screwdrivers typically come with interchangeable bits and often include handy features like LED lights for visibility in tight or dimly lit spaces. However, cordless electric screwdrivers have some notable limitations. Firstly, they offer limited torque compared to a drill or even some manual screwdrivers. This means they're best for small to medium screws and aren't well suited for heavy-duty tasks or situations requiring significant force. Battery life is another consideration. The screwdriver must be regularly charged, and when the battery runs low, your work stops, because the batteries in these handles are not replaceable. The next significant disadvantage is the handle of the electric screwdriver. These tools are typically larger and bulkier than manual precision screwdrivers, making them less suitable for delicate work in small electronics. If the battery in an electric screwdriver dies, attempting to use it manually, especially for tasks like repairing an Apple Watch, can be extremely inconvenient. Trust me, it's far from ideal. Additionally, there's always a risk of over-tightening or stripping screws when using an electric screwdriver without proper control, particularly when working with tiny screws in devices like an iPhone. Therefore, I still recommend using manual screwdrivers for precision work. They're perfect for tasks that require exact torque control or gentle handling, such as electronics repair, delicate mechanical adjustments, or working with small, sensitive components. Manual screwdrivers provide direct feedback to your hand, helping you avoid over-tightening or damaging screws or threads. In summary, choose a manual screwdriver if precision, control, durability, and compactness are your priorities, especially for tasks that require gentle handling or specific torque control. On the other hand, if you're assembling furniture or working on projects that involve driving many screws quickly, an electric screwdriver is the better choice. When choosing a screwdriver set, the storage case is an important detail often overlooked. Most cases are either plastic or, if you're going for something a bit more premium, aluminum. If you need something portable, like a set you can easily throw in a bag and take with you, I'd definitely suggest going with a compact aluminum case. It's sturdy, holds up way better over time, and can take a few hits without falling apart, unlike plastic ones which can crack or wear out faster. Another thing that really matters with these cases is how well the bits are held in place. A good case will keep every bit locked into its slot, sometimes with magnets, so they don't fall out and roll around. There's nothing more annoying than opening a toolkit and seeing all the bits scattered everywhere. It's a mess and just wastes your time trying to find the right one. So yeah, don't overlook the case. It makes a big difference in how convenient and durable the whole set is. Some screwdriver sets come with a few extra accessories that can make your life easier while you're working. For example, you might get a holder extension. That's useful for reaching screws that are deeper inside a device or recessed in tight spots. There's also the flexible extension, which is great when you're dealing with awkward angles where a straight tool just won't fit. Now, some kits also throw in basic pry tools or even a suction cup. They're fine in a pinch and they can help in emergency situations, but honestly, I wouldn't rely on them if you're doing serious electronics repair. It's way better to get a proper pry tool kit that's actually made for safely opening up devices without damaging anything. If you want to learn more about the specific tools I recommend for electronics repair, I've made a separate video where I walk you through all the essentials you'll need for disassembling and working on different devices. I've dropped a link to that video in the description below, so definitely check it out. Let's sum it up and figure out which screwdriver set is best for you. If you're working on laptops, PCs, smartphones, game consoles, or other electronics, I definitely recommend going with a precision screwdriver set. Make sure it includes a wide range of specialized bits, like Phillips, Pentalobe, Torx, Tri-Wing, and Standoff, since modern electronics use all kinds of tiny specific screws. Regarding bit materials, choose chrome vanadium bits for everyday tasks, as they offer a good balance of affordability and durability. Or S2 steel bits, as they're stronger, more reliable, and better suited for delicate electronic components. Now, as for the screwdriver handle. Especially for precision work, you want a 360-degree rotating cap so you can turn it easily with your fingertips while keeping your hand steady. A magnetic tip is super useful for holding small screws, and the handle should be lightweight, non-slip, and well-balanced. Handles made from polypropylene or rubberized plastic are great, but if you want something a little more premium and durable, aluminum handles are even better. If you're doing home appliance or automotive repairs, go for screwdriver sets made for heavier-duty tasks. You'll want handles that are more ergonomic, with a larger diameter so they're comfortable to grip and can handle more torque without straining your hand. A ratchet screwdriver can really speed up repetitive work, and a multi-angle screwdriver is great when you're working in tight or awkward spaces. Honestly, the best setup is to have both. A precision bit set for electronics and a few fixed blade screwdrivers with longer shafts for jobs that require more reach or force. I've put together a summary table to help you pick the right screwdrivers based on what you need, and I've left links in the description below the video to the screwdriver sets I personally use. These are the same tools I've used to disassemble tons of devices and create over 3,000 repair videos. One last thing, always go for quality. A good screwdriver set might cost a bit more at first, but it'll last longer, give you better precision, and save you a lot of hassle down the road. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more tech tips and DIY repair guides. And if you've got any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. I'll be happy to help. If you're just getting started with electronics repair, I also recommend checking out my video on safety tips, repair techniques, and common mistakes to avoid. That video's linked in the description too, along with some other useful resources. Thanks for watching How Fix It, and I'll see you in the next video.